Hi, BFFs. So, I'm here with my BFF in Temecula at Vail Ranch headquarters. And we are here for a reason. There is a quaint little shop that we want to introduce you to. But before we get to that,
It's such a lovely day. Why don't we just hang out here for a little bit and see what we can find?
in the open air market, come on, let's
Let's go. It is a dragonfly. I like the sun.
Yeah, oh,
The little
sun,
soleil.
yeah.
Open it up. Oh, wow.
Oh, it has a mirror.
Very stylish. I like that.
Isn't it?
You know what I love is all the different colors that they
Yes,
are. Really
there's
nice.
so much beautiful produce here at the farmers market in Temecula, and I love fresh picked garden greens.
Aren't they great?
Yes.
Wow, look at these berries, Annie.
You need a close up.
I do
You
need
need to
a
get that
close-up.
close.
'Cause they
But
smell so delicious.
They smell really
Yes.
delicious, but look at the size of the blackberries.
If you like Tempranillo, Madrona from Delta del Sol Wine.
Hi, BFFs. We're here in Temecula at Vail headquarters. We came to visit Gina Lamora. She owns Grazing Theory Charcuterie.
That's right. I'm really excited. Let's go inside and let's learn how to make a charcuterie plate.
Come on.
Hi.
Hi.
Gina. How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
Good,
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping in.
We're thrilled to be here.
Well, we welcome everybody with a wine and cheese pairing, so that's how we will start today.
We would like that.
We are so
Yes.
excited.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We cannot wait.
So our wine for the day is Cass Winery, which is in Central Coast, California. They are in Paso Robles.
Oh.
We know Paso Robles. We
You-
did
Yes.
a show there.
Oh,
Yes.
fun.
At
Oh,
Justin Winery.
I
That's
did
right.
see your show. I love that.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yes, we had a great time.
Thank you.
And they have a
You're
lot of
welcome.
lovely wineries out there.
Oh, I
Yes.
love that. So we went on a girls' trip 2 months ago, and
Oh.
it was lovely.
Oh,
Nice.
how
Very
fun.
Very
good
nice.
for everybody.
Thank
Yes.
you. So what do we have here?
So today you have Cass Winery, which is from Paso Robles,
Uh-huh.
and that is a GSM mix. So the blends I've learned is where it is at, because all the varietals have a different characteristic. So for the winemaker to be able to blend them together and come out with something amazing is phenomenal.
Nice.
So the G is Grenache, the S is Syrah, and the M is Mourvedre.
Ah.
I don't actually know the Mourvedre at all.
Is it?
Right.
It's a grape that grows really, really well in California generally.
Right.
So I want you guys to swirl the glass.
Thank you, we
Okay.
will.
So I want you to
Swirl.
swirl. So the first S, we have 5 S's. The first S is going to be sight. So you're gonna look at the wine, see the color.
Nice color.
Beautiful color. It's nice and
very deep.
plum. It's deep. I
Yeah.
love that.
Uh-huh.
Second one is going to be swirling.
Uh-huh.
Because when we swirl, that's how we volatilize the esters in the
right.
wine. So this has been in the bottle. This one was bottled in, I believe, 2017.
Right.
So it's been in the bottle for about 6 years. So right now you're telling the wine, like, take off the winter coat.
We need to release
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yes.
you need to release it. So
Right.
you want the air to get in there, swirl, swirl, swirl.
Smells great.
Does it smell
And
good?
then you're going to smell. So girls are usually
Oh, I can
pretty good
smell
about
Syrah.
smelling. They try to hold their nose out of the wine, but that is your
No.
glass. So get your sniffer
Stick
in
your-
there,
yeah.
like stick it in there.
It smells great. I love the richness of it.
Yes, it's
Very
very,
nice.
complex. It's very nice. So the last 2 S's is the favorite S's, which is
Yes.
going to be savor, sip and savor.
Sip and
Very
savor,
nice.
yes.
So take a sip. The first one I kind of just like do like a mouthwash, like get it in there. You want it to get in all your crevices and
Very
then
nice.
swallow.
Yes.
That's a good one. So
And like smack your tongue against
yes,
the top of your
yes,
mouth
Yeah.
exactly.
to get
Yeah.
those
So
flavors in
take
there.
about 3 sips for me, because that is really going to coat your palate. And then I'm going to pair it with our cheese of the day.
Delicious.
I think you're gulping, not
Oh,
sipping.
it's so delicious. That's probably why.
I can't help
I need to be
myself.
more delicate.
I think you're gulping. I can hear you.
There you go, Miss Annie. This is our aged goat cheese,
Oh.
which is made in Holland.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is made for Cypress Grove Creamery, which is local to California. They are located up in Marin County.
Very
So
nice.
the aged goat cheese is not going to give you that punch in the face that fresh goat would give you normally. It's very smooth. It's very creamy. And now when you take your second sip of wine,
I
'cause you
love
did a
that.
sip, you did a bite, now you're going to do a sip. You'll feel how the wine melts the cheese even a little bit more.
It's like it's a lot warmer.
Oh my gosh,
Just
this
very
is
warm.
so
Yeah.
good.
It's a
Absolutely
great
delicious.
pairing.
Very nice pairing.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Well, Gina, I'm really excited because we came here because we heard you can make one hell of a charcuterie platter.
That is
We
correct.
did actually, yes. Uh-huh.
So we want to see
How we do
you
it.
do that, and I have a lot of questions for
I
you.
like it. I like it. Come on back
very
and I'm going to show
excited.
you how to make a lavish charcuterie board. We're lavish here, so we don't fan anything out. We're not fans of fanning. We're going to make it lavish.
Oh, that's
We look
awesome.
forward to it.
Yeah,
All right.
Awesome. Let's go for
Okay.
it.
Okay, so I'm so excited about this. So, first I want to start with the base, right?
The base. I like the base. The base is a good base. So we love to create our charcuterie boards on a 100% black slate board.
Okay.
What's fun about this is that you can use it for years to come in your house.
Yes, you can.
We have it laser engraved by a local company, which is called May Innovations. She's out of Murrieta, California. Incredible customer service. She,
Nice.
like, Christina just does a great job there. So that is our base. Next.
So let me ask you
Yeah.
about board bases, because I see you have some here, but do your preference is the slate?
I like the black slate because this is what we use at our workshops.
Okay.
We have workshops with the community, with public workshops, and I like using the round base because that is the easiest way to learn
Yes.
how to do
Right.
a charcuterie board. If you have a square or a rectangle board, it's a little bit more cumbersome. So if people are learning for the first time, we use a round board.
So
That's good to
really,
know.
Yeah.
when you go into different shapes, you have to have a little bit of basic knowledge in order before you start to
certainly
escalate
do.
into different
Yes.
shapes. Yes, yes.
So mostly at all of our workshops, we do round bases because that'll teach you the methodology behind how to create it, why we do the things we do, and you can apply that certainly to all of the other boards that you have at your house.
Okay.
Very
nice.
So when you have a guest count of 8,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet you get this question a lot. What's the formula from cheese to meat
How
to
much
futes
do I
to
need?
nuts
Right.
to dried
Yes.
items to how do you calculate
So
that?
my first question would be to a bride: is this for a cocktail hour? Is this for the meal?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's for a cocktail hour, you do 1.5 ounces of cheese and 1.5 ounces of meat for
Okay.
an appetizer. If you're doing it for a meal, it's twice that.
Mm-hmm.
So most of our boards, we do the ratio where we say this board will be great for 4 adults as a meal or for 4 to 6 sharing. So that is how all of our descriptions work,
Right.
which is nice because people kind of get a gauge of like, how much cheese do I need? And we
Right.
try to take the thinking work out of it for them and
Exactly.
just like, this is what you need, tell me how many people,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of meal you're trying to do, and we can do that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get into your actual goodies, like
Like,
your meats and
why do you
yes,
use these?
yes.
The exciting bits.
So how do you
Uh-huh.
choose your meats and how do you pair them with your cheeses?
What we love to do at Grazing Theory is build a super balanced board. So a lot of people just want to put a lot of hard cheeses on there or soft cheeses or goat cheeses. But at Grazing Theory, our perfectly balanced board would be something that is cow's milk, something that is sheep's
Right.
milk, and something that is goat's milk. But beyond that, we're looking for something that is a soft cheese, a semi-soft, and a hard cheese. Beyond that, we're looking for something that bears with bubbles, with whites, and with reds. So
Good.
there's so much more that goes into it than just picking something from the grocery store.
So do
Yeah.
you try to get that on every board in spite of the guest count? You try to give them that variety?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, every board.
okay.
Unless somebody say, I love blue cheese, so we'll give you a big chunk of blue cheese. Unless they say, I do not like blue cheese, then there's no blue cheese. So it's completely customizable based on our client's needs.
And then your fruit, do you choose your fruit by color, by the
Wow.
level of
Availability,
sweetness? Yes,
sweetness,
yes.
all of that. So
And
we,
season. I guess season
is
would
a
have
big
something to
thing.
do with
season
it.
is huge because
Yeah.
right now it is, it was just Thanksgiving. So all of our boards are beautiful of reds and
Right.
oranges, and it just fits with the season. We try not to put a lot of citrusy fruits on there, which would be your oranges,
Yes.
blood
Okay,
oranges.
stay away from
because those, if you're enjoying your board with wine,
Right.
that completely ruins your palate.
It does.
Yeah, because it just depends. Again, if it's somebody's just like, I'm getting together with a friend and they're not
Yeah.
big wine
Right,
drinking people,
right.
then we can put the oranges on there.
I have a question. If you're lactose intolerant, does that mean you go more with the goat cheeses
Goat cheese and sheep's milk, yeah.
and sheep?
Yeah.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
So there are a variety of grapes out there right now, from cotton
is.
candy to,
Yes.
I
Oh,
mean,
delicious.
there's just so many
There's
different
so much stuff.
variety
Yeah.
of grapes. So Would you lean to a sweeter grape like the cotton candy, or do you like to stay with your
Stay
regular
away from-
red flame
yeah.
seedless,
sweet.
maybe
Which
your
is what
table
this one
grape?
is. This is a table
Yes.
grape. It's seedless, which is what we try to do. So when you're building your charcuterie board, if you're using grapes that are seedless, you should probably try to use olives that are seedless.
Yes.
Because
That's
your
true.
guests get a surprise, like, I just ate seedless grapes. Like,
Yes.
why am I breaking my tooth on an olive?
That's
Right,
right. You
right,
don't want
yeah.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you should try to stay in the same room with things, unless the olive is so spectacular, you must use it. But
And
yeah,
would you
try
stay
to be
away
the
from
same.
an olive that has stuffed with, say, blue cheese or garlic?
I would
or
not stay
jalapeno?
away from that because I think it's going to add another texture.
Yes.
It's going to add another
Absolutely.
flavor profile. It's going to add another dimension to your board, which is
Right.
why I definitely would
Great.
use those. Yeah.
So when you're building for a client, do you ask them what wines they're serving?
I do not, unless you tell me, I tell you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Which is why our balanced board has something for bubbles, something for whites, and something for reds. So unless you're saying,
yes.
I'm having a Rojoa evening, which
Yes.
is the red
Just
wines,
the
then I'm like,
reds.
all right, great, then we will build your board Rojoa style.
Right.
But unless you tell me that, you're
just
getting
do a mix.
dealer's choice, and I'm the dealer. I'm the Vegas dealer, so yeah, that's,
Very nice. I like that.
that's what I do.
And you would
Like
supply
all
the
sugar.
wines as well if the
We
client
do.
would
So
like that?
We just opened up our wine and cheese shop 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So now we have an ABC license, which
Very nice.
allows us to carry wine and beer. So now even for the guys, if they don't like wine, we've got the beer. We work with
Oh,
a local Wings Brewing Company, and they have incredible beers. And
Very
And
nice.
and
Something for
certainly
everyone.
the cheeses you offer pair well with beers
Yes,
as well.
yes.
So yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
we try to pair everything. So if a client comes in and say, I really love this cheese, we would order the cheese, and we see that everybody loves it. So it's even great for me as a cheese lady to hear what other people like. So
Yes.
I'm not
Nice.
I know it all. I love to learn.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I like the idea that you're supporting the local businesses and the
Yes.
local vineyards and the creameries as
Thank
well. I think
you.
that's really cool.
Yes,
I like
yes.
that.
We're going to jump right into our very first partnership we started with, which is Mrs. Cheese Jellies. She's a local artisan, and she makes hot pepper jellies in Temecula. She was the Business of the Year, micro business of the year
Okay.
last year in San Diego.
Very nice.
She did amazing. She now has contracts with a lot of the wineries that Grazing Theory works with. We were able to kind of like pave the road for her to
Yes,
get in there,
yes.
which has been amazing. I mean, she's amazing to us. Her name is Cindy. Her husband's name is Kent.
Very
Like
nice.
they're local to Temecula. They're our friends. Our kids play piano on their piano when we pick up jellies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
see, and I noticed you have like a pack, like
We do.
a variety pack. Yes,
For
yes.
Christmas, she did a variety pack with all 4 of her jellies, which is a small 5-ounce jar. So if you don't know which jelly you love the most, you get the variety pack and you figure it out.
Yeah,
Great
that's
idea.
so
Yeah.
very awesome. And
Very
I know
nice.
that you partner with a lot of your community businesses
So
here.
many. I think this is how we were able to get through this whole pandemic thing.
Yes.
Is by partnering local, supporting each other. So Mrs. Cheese and May Innovations is few of the companies that we work with. We also have Fresh from the Hive, which is a local honey farmer.
Oh.
They
Because
do
honey
our-
goes really well with
Yes,
cheese too.
Yes,
Yes, it's
absolutely.
amazing. And honey is a staple on Grazing Theory boards.
Yes.
It always goes on the brie cheese. It
Right.
oozes
Oh,
down.
delicious.
And you
It's
use the
good.
honeycomb,
Absolutely
correct?
Honeycomb.
Yes,
We use
yes.
raw honeycomb. We also
Yes.
have honey jars that comes from the same provider. We try to do as much local as we
Very
can.
nice.
Because if we lift each other up,
Oh,
Yes.
I think
The
as
community
support,
just does
just
well.
the
Yeah.
community
That would
is great.
actually be a really
Yeah.
great show to go to the honey farm. That
I
I would
think
it would
love
actually.
that. Yes, yes. You
I'm
should
gonna
come
have to
with
put
us.
the whole suit up.
Yes.
I'm scared to be bloated.
So what I really love about this is how you support the local small businesses, and you just kind of interact with your product, right?
It was crazy, Annie. When we started out, we were a small business, and
Right.
I still consider us a small business. But I think if the community works together, we can really uplift each other, especially if it's products that work with each other's products. So not only do we have the slate boards that's engraved locally, we have an amazing gal named April that she's a mom, it's a woman-owned business, and she does all of our beautiful wooden boards. So she's a
nice.
local woodworker woman, is what I
Right.
call her, the
Yes.
WWW.
Say that
And
fast.
Yeah, and she's amazing. She does our woodworking for us, which is the beautiful boards that we just did for Thanksgiving. She worked with a local winery to get their barrels, and she sanded it and made it
Oh,
into
wow.
gorgeous
That's actually a lot of
24-inch
hard
barrel.
work.
It is a
Yeah.
hard job.
Yeah.
She did a lot of our decoration in our Grazing Theory shop. All the honeycomb shapes you see was all built by her.
Very nice.
So again, I love just bringing local people into our shop.
Yes.
A lot of the local wineries we use. We have 6 wineries right now that is featured in our shop with multiple wines, which is going to bring me to our first wine tasting. Are you guys ready?
We
I
are.
think we are.
We
We
are
need to do it.
ready and
Yay,
willing.
I love it. So I'm going to just shift right in front of you. Actually,
Yes.
do you mind
Oh,
pouring for
I
me?
don't mind at all.
All
Yes.
right,
Well,
awesome.
what are we going to start
So
with?
We're going to skip over the bubbles. We're going to go right to Danza del Sol Winery.
Okay.
This is their Gewürztraminer, which if you don't know how to say that, you just have to say the girls are meaner really fast.
Gewürztraminer?
Yeah, Gewürztraminer, yes. So this is a sweet white wine, and they are like the OG of doing Gewürztraminer.
How many should I pour?
You know what? I'll take one too.
Very
Thank
nice.
I'm still trying to figure
not
out how
my
to
job.
say it.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Yes.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürz-
Perfect.
go.
Thank
Gewürztraminer
you
to
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
See, it's
And
like
gewürz
jokes.
to you too.
Gewürz.
Gewürz,
Cheers,
gewürz.
guys. So we also start out with doing a sip.
Oh, it's very nice.
And it's a coat
So it's
to your
very
palate.
sweet.
It's a sweet wine.
I like that.
I love sweet
This is
wine.
good.
This is
you
definitely
do? This is gonna be good for
a
you.
day drinking wine.
It is. So we call it the porch pounder or the summer sipper
There you
or
go.
the glug glug one.
And you
decide
probably
what
serve
fits
it
with you.
cold, I'm thinking?
Cold is good, yes.
Yes. Okay,
So-
it's very nice.
Pounder.
I
What was
love
the
that.
other?
Summer sipper
Summer sipper.
or just glug glug.
Glug
Glug,
glug.
glug.
And
Yeah.
glug glug to you.
To you too.
See, I have 2 boys. They love, who's the guy who drives really fast? Lightning McQueen.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes,
Glug glug
okay.
makes sense to
Right.
me.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I like
Very
it.
nice. I like this.
Okay.
So what's
Yes,
fun
I
about
like
this one is that it's sweeter, but it's going to pair really good with any of your sweet desserts. So
Okay.
anybody out there listening, this will be really great with your sweeter cheeses. If you had Thanksgiving, your apple pie, any
Oh,
of these
right.
pies.
Oh, yes.
Because you want to match sweet with sweet, which
Like
is why we
pecan pie.
love, that's why we love the Danza del Sol Winery Gewürztraminer. So I'm
Like
going to
that.
do a cute little pairing for you here real quick. We love goat cheese at Grazing Theory. So I'm going to give you a pairing of our blueberry goat cheese. So this has dried sweetened blueberries on it. So take another sip first, Annie.
Okay.
We're all about the sipping.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So sip for you too. Sip.
Sip, and then the cheese.
And then the cheese, then the bite, then a sip. So I learned from my friend Walter at Danza del Sol that it's SBS. Sip, bite, sip, no BS. Which is fun. Like I'm like, oh, I'll always remember that. So sip, bite, sip. And you will feel how the sweetness of the cheese and the sweetness of the wine
Goes
kinda
really
just
well.
melt
It does. It
together,
sort of
right?
melds together.
It's so good.
Oh, this is so good. How can I come here every day?
You can. You just have to make the
Oh,
drive.
my.
That's right. We could do that.
You could do it, right?
Oh, this is so good.
I
delicious.
love that one. Awesome. So that was just sip by sip. Sorry, I made for
That's quite all right.
our Gewürztraminer from Danza del Sol Winery, which is a local winery here in Temecula. They were one of my very first partners when I started Grazing Theory, and they're like, Gina, we love your stuff. We want
Very
to have
nice.
it in our store. We want to have you do workshops, which is something else that we offer. We teach people how to do what I'm going to show you.
That's
that I'm
right.
doing.
And people do need to be taught how to do it.
Yes, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
don't roll the salami. Stop.
Well, I'm standing
something
up,
different.
Yes, like,
I'm
"Don't
standing
do it."
over all these wonderful meats, and I
Meats,
can
I know.
smell the spices coming off of it,
It's
so I'm getting
good.
really anxious.
All right, I'm going to just start working then. All right, so one of our cheeses that we have today is the Dorothy Creamery cheese.
I actually saw that in the cold case. And I
deli
thought
case, yes.
we need to try
What
that.
I like about this one is typically brie cheese is very mild.
It is.
What I love about this one is a little bit of funk to it. So if you love blue cheese, gorgonzola,
Love it.
like just
Love it.
touch, like this cheese has that little bit of a touch. What I like about this, it's shaped like a flower.
It is. Uh-huh.
It's so
And the
pretty.
color is actually amazing too.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
that little bit of like blue cheese funk that
That's
comes
right.
with it. So we're just gonna cut it right along the petals, if you will. And when you're building your board, you want to think about it as a triangle. So you're not going
Right.
to put all your cheeses together. You want to kind of space them out.
Got it.
So that is our brie cheese, which is a cow's milk, which is a semi-soft cheese. Next, we're going to go into one of our hard cheeses, which is our Manchego. Manchego
Very nice.
is aged for 4 months. This one is. It's from Spain. It's 100% sheep milk. Again, you've got cow, now you have sheep, and now you have semi-soft, and now you have hard.
The hard, right.
So at Grazing Theory, our rule is we will cut the cheese so you don't have to.
So is the rind edible?
This rind is not. This is a waxy rind.
Okay.
Which is why you don't want to eat that.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut about 5 pieces of this.
And this board will feed how many?
This will do 4 adults as a meal and 6 people sharing.
Okay.
I don't think there's going to be any sharing on this one, Annie.
Like we each want to have one. So what's fun about these cheeses, instead of just fatting them out, which is kind of boring,
You're right.
at Grazing Theory we like to stack
that's
them
great.
this way.
So I
Perfect.
really do love the way that you've done this. I mean, it
This
looks
is
really
nice.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
something different. It's not things that are laid down. At Grazing Theory, we love lavish things. So
Yes.
lavish means we want to fill this up as
We
much
do.
as we can.
Right.
So if we just fanned it out, to me as a charcuterista,
Right.
I feel like that's cheating. Like you're just laying things down to fill up the board.
Anyone can
So
do
did
that.
you make that word up, Gina?
I did. I was going to be on Wikipedia shortly.
Charcuterista. Say
No, you know what?
Yeah.
Charcuterista, like a
She-
barista,
but
but
she-
Yeah.
yes.
A word from last time, she zhuzhed it up.
I
did.
used it. I like that word.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
why we are.
That's right, we're in this
you
phase.
word,
Yeah.
you word to add to the BFF dictionary.
Dictionary.
Charcuterista.
I love that.
Yes.
It has a
We're
certain...
zhuzhing
Roll,
it.
we
And
can
zhuzhing
roll
it.
our R's too.
I like
We
that.
can.
Yes, yes.
It's great.
Can you do that?
No, I can't.
You can't either?
No.
Oh,
I can.
she
Yes,
can do
yes,
it.
yes, yes. It's the Portuguese in me.
Oh, see, you got it. See, this is good. It's good.
It's very good.
So before we move on to the next cheese, which
Uh-huh.
is going to be our goat cheese, we're doing another pairing.
Oh, nice.
So this pairing is going to be with our 100% sheep's milk that is from Spain. This
Okay.
particular one was aged for 4 months. So I'm going to cut a little piece for you. Paul, would you mind being my
Yes,
pour
which one are
again?
we going to do?
Now we're going to do the otra cosa, which is that white wine.
This one.
That one right there.
Okay.
All right, so otra cosa means another thing, which is one of the winemakers. His name is Joe Weens, and otra cosa means another thing. They
Another.
already have a brewery. They already have a super successful winery. But then Joe said, I want to do something else. So he named it otra cosa, another
Okay,
thing. So he's
another
doing another thing.
I love
I
that.
love that.
That is so creative.
very
Love the
creative.
stories,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Very
so
nice.
this is a white blend of 3 wines, and I'd love for you to swirl
Yes.
it
Swirl
again.
this
Like
one.
let's get some air
Would
in
you serve
that.
this cold as well?
Cold as well.
Chilled, maybe?
Chilled, yeah.
Not too cold?
Take a sip of that. And then I invite you to take a bite of your cheese. Let's do like 2 sips at least.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can really coat your palate. We're going to do
Thank you.
a bite of Manchego cheese. So this is really high fat content, which is why the acidity in the wine is going to cut through the fattiness of the cheese, which is what you're looking for when
Delicious.
you're doing pairings. What's really great about this cheese is that it also goes really well with red wines.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this one does. It's really good, yeah.
And we have it each
delicious.
one up to 12 months too, which
Okay.
is really great.
And would it get more sharp?
It would, yes, yeah. So it gets more crumbly, it gets more of that color, it gets more of the salt crystals starts
I
really
love that.
presenting itself. So yeah, you can get like
I
different.
like the
salt
salt crystals
crystals,
when it's like a
yes.
little crunchy.
Yeah, I love
Very
that.
nice. Very nice cheese.
All right, while you guys enjoy that, I'm going to talk about our Humboldt Fog,
Oh,
which is
one of my favorites.
Oh yes.
We love Humboldt Fog.
Humboldt Fog is great because I think that this is where wine and cheese really come together. Because that little like
Yes.
slash of ash in the middle
That's right.
is vegetable ash, but it's
Okay.
made from grape leaves.
Oh, I didn't know
So I'm
that.
like, this is how
I didn't
wine
know
and
that there
cheese
was
come
ash in
together.
it, but I hadn't realized it was from the
It
grape
was
leaves.
great, yeah.
Very
That's
nice.
what Joe Weens taught me when we did his pairing during lockdown, which is cool.
Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
so delicious.
And look
love
how
this
lovely it
last
looks on the
pairing.
plate.
It's pretty, it's beautiful. Cypress Grove even make a triangle one, which is
Oh,
cool.
they do.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
that's really fun too. All right, so we have 3 cheeses, we have some grapes. So we're placing all of the solid items on the outer rim of our board.
Okay.
So we want to build that border because once we get to the smaller items, we don't want to lose any of
Right,
them.
right.
So I will show you our next step, which will be cutting our strawberries. I'd like to work in uneven numbers, and you guys as creators yourself, you
Right.
know why that
In
works.
flowers, you certainly do uneven
Exactly,
as
yeah.
well.
So let's do these guys, like maybe right here.
Nice.
And this is exactly when you can start moving some of your cheeses
Uh-huh.
around. I love leaving the little stem on there because it gives
Yes.
a color contrast, texture contrast,
right.
which is what we want to do. So after that, we're going to work on our flowers. So we're going to make meat flowers today. This is
Oh, wow.
Charcuterie meat, which is the neck of the pig, but this has been boiled in water with paprika, which is why it makes it really this beautiful color. So really simply, you're going to fold it in half, fold it in half again, and boom.
Oh,
Oh,
Have a
there you
beautiful
go.
very nice.
Beautiful flower.
So the thing you have to pay attention to is when you're folding multiples of them, is that you put the same side next to each other. So
oh,
flip
so
it
and you're going to
around.
layer them?
Yes, so we're going to layer, I think we'll do about 7 of these guys.
Okay.
Why I love this one is because with red wine, the spiciness will just be increased. A lot
It
of the
would.
red wine has a peppery finish to it,
Yes.
which enhances the spiciness of your meats. So about 5.
I love
Very
this.
nice.
I love this meat. It's
This
so
beautiful
delicious.
colors.
Yes.
7. So these will go right on the back part.
Uh-huh.
Because when it opens up beautifully, you're just going to see
Oh, look
the
at that.
meat
That is
instead
beautiful.
of anything else.
So it's folded all the same way every
All
time.
the same way, yeah.
Yes.
So you have the exact same thing going. So right here, this guy, I will do, let's do it like right here. Because you want opposite ends for
Right.
your meats.
Yeah.
How lovely does that look?
That's
Yeah.
It looks
Very-
delicious. So we
Yes.
kind of have an open secret to tell you.
Yeah?
I'm vegetariarian.
Oh, no
But-
way! Are you? I
but
didn't
There's
know
a
that.
but to that,
But there
though.
is a but to that. I love pork.
Yes.
So
this
I
will
now
work
call
well.
myself flexitarian.
Yes.
So today I'm flexitarian.
he's
Oh, I like that you're
flexitarian.
flexitarian. I love that there's that term.
Yes. That's in our dictionary, too.
I like
That's
that.
right.
So this guy right here is our braciola meat.
Yes,
Okay, and
braciola
what
is
is
that? Is that-
delicious, too.
It's
that
all
ham
beef.
too, or it's
all
beef?
beef.
Oh,
so
wow, it
in
looks
South
absolutely
Africa,
delicious.
which we're both from,
Yes, that's right.
they cave dry or air dry
Uh-huh.
the beef.
Okay.
So unlike jerky in the U.S., that is cooked at a low
It is,
temperature,
that's
this
right.
is just air dried.
And
So
it
I
tastes
love, it
delicious.
tastes amazing.
Absolutely.
It'll just like melt on your palate.
Very, very nice.
Perfect. Just gonna fold it really pretty.
Look how lovely
Perfect.
that looks.
That looks
So
Very,
we have
very nice.
meats, we have cheeses.
Uh-huh.
The next thing I like to do is do some of our fruits.
Uh-huh.
So here, right now, persimmons are really big in season. So again, very simply, you're gonna slice off the top. What I like with this one, it's almost like the consistency of an apple,
That's
which
right.
is really fun. There we go, I'm gonna slice a few more.
Now you have 2 types of persimmon.
You do.
You have the flat one and you have the round one
Yes.
as well. And I think the round one's a little bit sweeter.
It is, and you have one that you make jam with, and
That's
the other
right.
one you can eat straight, which is what this
Yes.
one is.
Yeah.
So if this one, you can see the beautiful little star
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Love
So
that.
again,
The
we
texture's
like
amazing.
that. So for this one, I'm just gonna kind of, let's put it closer to our jar right here.
And actually the skin is edible and
It is.
people think that it's not. So you don't
It's
need to
right,
peel them.
right.
You
It's
can
like
eat the
an
whole
apple.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which I like.
So let's talk a little bit about apples, because normally you wouldn't put an apple on a charcuterie board because it'll turn brown,
It'll turn
correct?
brown.
Yes.
Right.
Whereas your
Persimmons
persimmons will not.
Yeah,
So
so
yes.
it's a little like trick of the
Yes,
trade.
yes,
but this one will
uh-huh,
not turn, which is
uh-huh.
what I love it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Next we have our blood
Oh,
orange,
the blood orange.
which we're still in like that little bit of a Thanksgiving kind of
Yes,
flair,
uh-huh.
which is also great for Christmas because you want all the reds.
Right.
So with this one,
And unfortunately, blood oranges are very seasonal.
it is.
Yes.
And the season's not that long.
No,
But they
it's
do
not.
look beautiful on the
Once
plate.
you have it, it's really, really
Yes.
pretty.
Oh, I can smell them. Can you
Yes,
smell
I
the
can
orange?
smell
The
it, yes.
citrus is there. So for this, I'm gonna switch
Look at
that
that
one
inside, how
Oh,
beautiful
look
it
at
looks.
that.
It's blood
It-
orange, it's pretty,
right,
you
it
got the
really is
colors
pretty.
going. So again, for this one, we're gonna fan it out, but we're gonna stand it up. We're not
Okay.
putting it flat
Right,
down.
right.
So this will look really pretty, like right here.
Very,
Yeah.
very nice.
Perfect. So right now we've got this little bit of
The
an
gap
open
there.
piece right there. So for that, again, I'm just gonna go back to my meat so I can
Okay.
build up that little edge. And we will put this guy, these 3 right down there. Opens
Very
it up
nice.
a little bit. So right now your board is pretty full, but
And
we
it's
like
pretty
to,
balanced,
Yeah.
how everything is.
Nothing is like next to each other that it shouldn't be. The cheeses are spread apart, which
That's
is
right.
something that we like.
And I see, like in floral arranging, it's done in a triangle, so it's triangulated.
Oh, that's
And it's,
cool.
that's right, and it's very
Yes.
balanced to the eye, and our mind likes it.
I
It's
like
just-
that. Yeah, you
yeah.
just gotta like see things. That's why you try to do something that is uneven numbers.
Right.
So that way it's just finished the
So
right
it's uneven, but it's symmetrical. And we do the same thing with flowers.
way. Yeah.
And in your meats, you have spicy, not so spicy. How do you?
Fatty, we've got beef, we have pork, we've got a mix. So that way, the same with the cheeses, you want to mix it up.
Right.
Yeah.
What I love to use now is our Italian olives.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Which is delicious.
Love olives.
So with these, we're just gonna arrange it around the plate. So 2 right there.
So you
is
shouldn't be
good.
afraid to layer stuff within
no,
the plate,
layer
right?
is definitely what you're looking for.
Yes.
Just some layers here. We have some chocolate, which is great. This is a chocolate fudge, like caramel
Oh, delicious.
salted,
Yes.
Love caramel.
which is what you want.
Slightly salty.
Yes.
Yes.
Slightly salty. I love putting by the strawberries because it just creates like that romantic
It does, doesn't it?
mindset for you.
Yep.
And then we have candied pecans, which again, we're just gonna like drizzle around here.
Now, are your candied pecans? They come from a local.
We make our own.
Oh, you do.
nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
We
that's
hired a
perfect.
chef, Chef Christian Mill, and she's phenomenal. Like she came in and created a whole new menu for us where we're highlighting a lot of the products that we have, and we just put it together. And now you've got beautiful toasties, which is what we call it in South Africa,
Yes.
and it all just comes together beautifully.
It looks great.
Finally, we're going to top it off with some fresh oregano. So I just like to add the touch of greenery in
Yes.
there. So we finish off all our boards with a beautiful fresh honeycomb.
Very nice.
The rural honeycomb. We have a very balanced charcuterie board here because we have 3 cheeses. We have cow, milk, goat. We have spicy. We have beef. We have fattiness. We have all the things in here.
Yes, yes.
Which is why it works with any kind of wine you want. Which is why I say dealer's choices might be the best choice because people just sometimes don't know.
You know, sometimes in flower arranging, just go designer's choice because you
Yes.
get the best value for money. You get what's in season.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
So I agree with
Yeah,
you.
just
Go
like
with the
let
dealer's
us do our
choice.
thing. Like
I
let
agree.
us do our thing. Yeah.
And you pop the top on that jam, put a little wooden spoon in, and you're good
You
to
got
go.
it.
Good to
yeah.
go.
Yes, you are good to
All
go.
of our boards
looks-
come with the utensils already, so everything you need comes with the board.
So what we're
thank you,
not
Gina.
seeing on this board, which sometimes people will add to their board, are the crackers. So, or something spreadable for them.
That's true.
Yes, so do
We
you,
love, yeah, I mean, because we do lavish, we try not to do as many crackers, but we
Right.
definitely offer additional cracker boxes on the side.
On the side.
But I don't think this should be filled with
no,
crackers.
Oh,
no,
I
I
would
love
stay
it,
away
just
from the
like
carbs
that.
and
Yes,
just go with this.
yes.
I mean-
That is beautiful. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
Thank
Yes,
you, thank
it's
you.
gorgeous.
Gina, thank you so much for doing this for us.
Oh, you're welcome.
I've learned something today,
Yes.
and I think this is really fabulous.
Yes.
One
Thank
of
you
you
so
gets
much.
to take this home, so you guys can fight in the parking
I
lot.
think we're going to fight over
But the other one
it. Do you know
can
what?
please come
We're
back.
going to eat this on the way home.
Right?
There'll be nothing left.
Right?
Thanks for
So
coming in
thank you
today.
so
I had
much.
a
Gina.
blast.
Very
Yes,
kind
thank
of
you,
you.
Gina.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Yeah.
You are now our new BFF,
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little lesson on how to create your own charcuterie board. And if you are in Temecula, you have got to come and see Gina at Grazing Theory. It's just a lovely little atmosphere here where you can grab a little bite to eat, sit out on the picnic
Yeah.
benches, and just absorb the sunlight and just the environment. It's wonderful here.
The experience is just
yes,
amazing.
Yes,
Very
and
good.
take a
Yeah,
little
it's been
train
good.
ride while you're at it.
Oh, yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Take care.
look for our next episode, but watch this one first, okay? Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.